Is it possible to make $10,000 within just 1 month? You see, back in 1849, the gold rush, there are basically two types of entrepreneur. The first one is what we call the gold miner, and the second one is of course the shovel seller. Now let's talk a little bit more about the first one, which is the gold miner. So they are those people who want to strike rich by mining the gold. They have to hire a lot of labor, they have to buy a lot of equipment and invest a lot of effort and time. Hopefully they are able to dig some kind of gold and really strike it rich. If let's say we were to compare the gold miner back in the gold rush to the modern world today, right? They will be those business owners, those startup companies who are trying to get into the new market and really beat down all the competitors just to get the business stands out and start making profits. You see, business owners nowadays, they have to create content in order for them to get exposure in the market. Okay, so what they have to do is that they need to create like the videos content, they need to create the Instagram reel, they need to create a Facebook post and blog and vlog or webinar, seminar, and the list goes on and on. But unfortunately, the statistics shows that 95% of them fail. So there is the second types of the entrepreneur, which is what we call the shovel seller. So those people are becoming very rich, not by mining the gold, but they are selling the equipment. They are selling the shovel to the gold miner, and that's the one way that they become very, very rich. And the fact is that there are quite a few of them actually become a millionaire by just selling the equipment to those gold miner. And what this story has got to do with you? In my personal opinion, I think it has got everything to do with you. Why? You see, there are actually a lot of ways for you to make your first $10,000. But if you want to make the money fast, don't be a gold miner, but instead be a shovel seller. You see, out there, a lot of business owner or influencer, they are trying to create their content and put it on the social media or put it on the website itself to create exposure to the target audience to really gain eyeballs in this competitive market. Okay, so imagine this. If you are able to help them to create the content, you're able to help them to create some kind of Instagram reel and website and vlog, post, webinar, seminar, all kind of thing, you are guaranteed to be able to make a great amount of money. Now, before I dive deeper into how I actually made my first 10K by providing video editing service to the business owner, I'd just like to talk a little bit about misconceptions that you might have with yourself. Okay, some people they thought like $10,000 is a lot of money, but that is a misconception. If you really thought about that, making first 10K is not really a lot of money. I sum it up into 3 ways. Okay, first one, you charge $10,000 to 1 client. The second way, you charge $1,000 to 10 clients. And the third way is that you charge $100 but to 100 clients. They all sounds more or less the same, right? But if you were to think about it, is there a difference taking care of just 1 client and taking care of tens, if not hundreds of clients? And I'm telling you that based on my experience, the difference is huge. Now you see, I could still remember back in the good old time, which is the COVID time. You see, a lot of business owners, they are forced to close their shop, like they have to follow some kind of restrictions by the government. Okay, some of them are restricted to operate within a certain period of time. All right, maybe they have been cut short on their operating hours. Some of them, even worse, they are forced to close down the business for 1, 2, or 3 months, depending on the area that they are in. So some business owner with a great amount of cash flow, they are able to sustain the business without, having any clients within that fixed periods of time. But unfortunately, most of the business owners out there, they are not able to do so because they are running out of cash and they are forced to close down the entire business. So seeing that made me thought about, okay, this might be a good time for me to transform my passions into a profitable business. So I discussed with my wife and then we come up with an idea that, okay, why not we create a business, we create a services for those people that actually need help in video editing. So here's what I mean. Those bricks and mortar business, or we can call it like a retail business, in order for them to thrive or at least survive through this COVID period, they need to transform their business from being just a physical retail shop to an online business. I'll just give you an example. One of the business owner that we have been working together with, alright, they own a travel agency. But the travel agency is more towards like a traditional agency, whereby they are not doing any kind of website, they are not running their ads, they don't have any videos out there to attract the eyeballs. So eventually when they have to close the retail shop, they have to close their physical shop, the clients drop all the way down, like the client dropped dramatically. So figure that out, we spoke to them and we say, hey, you know what, have you thought about transforming your business from just staying in this one shop to an online platform? So we spoke to them and back and forth, we spent about a few months, and then we decided to come up with a brand new logo for them. We create a video, and of course we create some Instagram reel for them. So really to attract the eyeball and penetrate through the online world. And of course we charge a good amount of money, and that's where I managed to get the first 10K from the business itself. Some of you might be wondering, like, is it true? How come the business owner is willing to pay you like $10,000 for this kind of services? Okay, there's one thing that I believe you need to understand is that you have to expand your contacts. So as a business owner, we have got no issue paying someone else like $10,000 if, let's say, the value that we are getting back is way more than $10,000. Now I want you to imagine this. The business owner, the travel agency guy, okay, during the COVID period, he has literally close to zero revenue. So by spending another $10,000 and we are able to get in more leads, we are able to get in more clients for him. That means he's making way more money than just 10K that he's going to spend on us. So again, as a business owner, expand your contacts. $10,000 is not a lot of money if in return we are getting back $20,000, let's say. Now, if it wasn't for our help and if it wasn't for the $10,000 that he invested, he would probably get $0, like zero in revenue for a long period of time until he has to eventually close down the entire business. If you have been watching my videos for quite some time, you know I talk a lot about, like developing your skill. Develop a skill that is going to make you a lot of money, but eventually you have to have the right skill to transform your skill and make it into a profitable business. Okay, so right now I'm opening up one slot for one-on-one coaching on how can you actually transform from just a 9-to-5er or a freelancer to eventually utilizing your high income skill and turn it into a profitable business. So if you are serious in learning this, what you have to do is very simple. Follow my Instagram. I'll put a link somewhere down below and drop me a DM. So we will be hopping on a Zoom call to just for me to understand you a little bit more and see if it's a right fit for both you and I to work together. Until then, I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.